Let me see if I can bring him out. Who did we lose?
So for the rows that we lost, hopefully she'll come back. All right, we'll start. Go ahead.
36 is recorded, is back in session with Honorable Raeigen Evans presiding while courts in session or reading, walking, talking, speaking, eating, driving, and smoking. When your name is called, please unmute your device and give your full and undivided attention to the court. Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Petway. This is the People versus Karen Dunlap, ticket number SP 1425790, count one, failed to display a valid operator's license, not on person. Good morning, please say your name for the record.
Paul Faulkner, representing the defendant. Your name, ma'am?
Karen Dunlap.
It's my understanding that this matter is going to be dismissed.
Okay.
Yeah, she does have valid documentation. Her driver's license is valid. This matter is, you stipulate to probable cause.
So stipulate.
This matter is dismissed without prejudice. She's all set. You're all set, Ms. Dunlap. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. I don't know what happened to Fuller Road.
She was just out.
Yeah, are you okay with us just proceeding with the dismissal, Officer Backstresser, even though we lost her for, I don't know if she's coming back or what?
Say that again, Your Honor. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Are you okay with us proceeding with the dismissal, even though we lost her? I don't know where Fuller Roads went.
Yeah, I was waiting for Tamika myself to let me know what we were doing.
Yep. Good morning, Your Honor, again, and Officer Backstresser. I just went in and gave her a little lecture, basically saying, if your stuff is all together, don't let somebody mess it up. And I told her I was going to dismiss, and she was fine with that. I just wanted to give her just a little lecture.
Okay. I think she disappeared, though. We're not sure what happened, but are we okay with still proceeding with the dismissal?
I'm okay with that, Your Honor.
Okay, this is the People versus Tukwila Road, ticket number SP 1427898. Count one, allowing unlicensed driver to drive. The warning can say your name for the record.
Tamika Horn on behalf of the city of Detroit, P70303.
Paul Faulkner on behalf of the defendant, and appearing also on behalf of, appearing for her and in her absence, Your Honor. She was here.
Okay.
And Officer Backstresser.
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Backstresser, Badge 8, Detroit Police Department.
Okay, and Your Honor, after discussing it with our officer and him giving me some discretion in this manner and speaking with Ms. Rose directly with her attorney, the people are moving for dismissal without prejudice.
Okay, this matter, you stipulate to probable cause, Mr. Faulkner.
So stipulate.
All right, it's dismissed without prejudice. Thank you, Officer Backstresser. Officer Hale.
Thanks, Backstresser.
Yeah, Officer Hale, we did Karen Dunlap. Her license was valid, so it was dismissed. We tried to bring you out.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. You too. We just did hers about 2 seconds ago, Mr. Officer Hill. All right, are we ready on Reeves?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, I closed out the breakout rooms.
Thank you. So, Officer Backstresser, you're all set. Thank you.
Mr. Reeves, turn on your video and unmute your device. 36 is recorded, back in session with the Honorable Raeigen Evans presiding while courts in session or reading, talking, sleeping, eating, driving, or smoking. When your name is called, please give the court your full and undivided attention. Once again, good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Petway. This is the People versus Patrick Reeves, ticket number SP 1427583, count one, illegal dumping. Good morning, please say your names for the record, starting with Detective Greeno.
Detective Jana Greeno, badge D, 1357, Detroit Police.
Ms. Horn? Are we loser?
Go ahead, Mr. Walker.
I'm Philip Walling, representing Mr. Reeves. State your name, please, Mr. Reeves.
Patrick Reeves.
Now, firstly, Your Honor, my client will be tendering a plea pursuant to the people's recommendation. Ms. Horn and I discussed that this would be a no contest plea because of possible civil litigation. And I've explained that to Mr. Reeves. I have no objection to the court using the certainly the ticket as a factual basis.
And Tamika Horn on behalf of the city of Detroit, P70303. And that is correct. The people are offering, that allowing him to plead no contest to a 12-month delayed sentence, Your Honor.
All right, raise your right hand, Mr. Reeves. You swear or affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You put your hand down. You understand you do have the right to, I'm sorry, have you had an opportunity to speak to your attorney, Mr. Walling, in private about your case and your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you, forced you, or promised you anything of value in exchange
No,
for
ma'am.
your contest plea today?
No, ma'am.
Are you making this no contest plea of your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that by making this no contest plea, it's treated the same as if you made admissions of guilt?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. You understand that by making this no contest plea, you're waiving your right to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing that you're waiving your right to trial, you still wish to continue with the no contest plea?
Yes, I do.
All right, so with that, Mr. Walling, do you stipulate to the face of the ticket?
I do.
And may I approach, Your Honor? So for the record, the people are handing over to the court, the plea agreement in addition to the other litigation matter that was, at the Department of Administrative Hearings for consideration as to that no contest plea and any other considerations, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. I was able to, and I would certainly want the court to take that blight consideration. I'm assuming at this point we are in the penalty phase.
All right. All right, we're proceeding to sentencing.
Now, if I may, Judge, there is another document that I received via discovery this morning. And Ms. Horn and I have a disagreement as to its admissibility. It is entitled a case supplemental report. The author of that case supplemental report is Officer Jana Greeno. It is dated June 17th, a Thursday, and I would like that into the court's record. I think that,
Your Honor, may I respond? And the people would object to that. These are the officer's notes. This matter is not going to trial. Also, otherwise, I believe if this was trial, the defendant rightfully so would object to police reports or incident reports
Yeah, 'cause it's
being
hearsay.
admitted. Correct, Your Honor.
But, I mean, you could argue it is sentencing.
yes,
So,
and that's exactly the point. First of all, as much as I like Ms. Horn, she shouldn't put into my mouth what I'm going to object and not object to. But second of all, Your Honor, it is for sentencing, and the court has to look at the documents to in fact determine whether it's relevant or not. You can use it or not use it. It's one paragraph long. I think we can all make a determination on relevance based upon that for sentencing purposes.
you have it.
I do, Your Honor.
I'll take a look at it. I mean,
Thank
because I'm assuming you're going somewhere with this, Mr. Wally.
Oh,
So
absolutely, absolutely.
what is your argument, sir? What are you asking for?
I believe that that is relevant when the court determines sentencing in a moment. It is part of the case file. The court can look at anything it wants as long as it's relevant to the finder of fact.
Ma'am, may I speak?
Hold on, Detective Brano.
Yes, ma'am. When we close our cases, we do a
Excuse me,
supplement
Judge,
report for our
hold on.
supervisor.
Hold on, detective.
No, objection.
Well,
The-
he was just repeating what I said. I said,
Yeah.
hold on one moment.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you said she could speak. Okay, sorry, Your Honor.
And again, I'd like her to do it via her lawyer's questioning, so.
Well, okay, I don't understand what we're doing right now. We're just proceeding to sentencing.
Yes,
And 9 times out of 10, my fine is a $200 fine. So I don't understand the point of this police report for sentencing. He's made admissions.
Yes,
he's done a no contest plea.
absolutely agreed. And the court can take into account whatever you want to take into account. If you say,
Okay.
it's worth 5% or 10% or worth nothing, I'll live with that. But the court at least has got that information, and I have additional information to give to the court once we get past this little bump.
What are you, Mr. Walling, what are you asking for? Are you asking for me to not order a fine? Is that what you're
That is
essentially
correct.
asking for?
That is correct, Your Honor. He's
And
already
why-
paid.
And why? Why are you asking that?
He's already paid $830, which is the amount of money the blight court has gotten out of him, and an additional $400. I have no problem of the court and Ms. Horn monitoring him for the next 12 months. But I think the financial amount, in my opinion, Your Honor, for what that's worth, suffice.
Your Honor, may I respond? The people object to this even being relevant as to sentencing. And I believe Detective Greeno, if you would allow her to explain what that case supplemental report represented, Your Honor.
And I would object unless it's done via Ms. Horn questioning
It
her.
is sentencing. Go ahead, Detective Green. It's sentencing. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. When we issue a ticket, a blight ticket is the civil, and obviously the 90-day misdemeanor is the misdemeanor ticket. When we close our cases, we request that the information in that supplement, and then request that case to be closed so that the supervisor can take it off our dashboard. So that's why
And
there's a
why was this
supplement.
case closed? Why was this case closed in that fashion and the ticket was issued?
It was due to the fact that COVID-19 hit and there was 500 warrants from our unit that were not signed by a Dennis Doherty. So therefore, they were never signed at all. So we went back 2 years and issued tickets to these people that dumped to make so they were responsible for the dumping that had occurred. And that's why we did what we did. So therefore, they didn't have to have the warrant. They didn't have to go to jail. They weren't arraigned, and they're just getting the ticket and getting the delayed sentence.
I don't know if I feel like we've made this a lot more difficult than what it really is, because I look at it like this. Your client made it a no contest plea, so I'm going to order a fine of $200. It is a delayed sentence of 12 months, so he has a whole year to pay this $200. But in order to take advantage of not having this on his record, he has to pay the fine. So your next court date is going to be May 10th at 8:35. That is the review hearing. If you've paid the fine and you haven't gotten any more tickets, then this will be dismissed off your record, Mr. Reeves. All right?
Yes, ma'am. You said May 10th.
May
At
10th,
what? At what time?
8:35. 8:35, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.